changing splits since last time I filmed the vlog. So due to recovery demands, me being back on a cruise and work commitments, I've changed the split to a modified push-pull legs. So my second pull day we do hamstrings, so that's the day session. But like every leg day, starting with calves, because once it's done, it's out of the way. Often when you hit calves at the end of sessions, it's lackluster because you're buggered from legs. So get out of the way, it doesn't affect any big lifts at all. I've been doing this for years now, and that's definitely where I've seen the biggest amount of change in my calves. So this is the third set on this toe press. Done 3 sets, 10 to 15, and this is going to be a rest pause. We're going to do 3 rounds of 30 seconds between each attempt, each round of failure. Finished calves, we've done 5 sets, so between the toe press, 2 on the seated calf raise, that was just 2 sets of 15 to 20. I can go pretty heavy in the seated calf raise, so that's why it's such a high rep range, because with all the weight being loaded through the knee directly into the ankle, I find if you ever have issues with your ankles, that will cause it'll flare up. So now we're doing extreme stretch, or DC extreme stretch in the standing calf raise, so just a stretch under load really for longer than 90 seconds, 60 seconds. What I do like to do on these is whenever I'm doing a DC stretch to manipulate it throughout, and you'll see how I do this through the stretch.
Do you think I'm crazy? I've done all this before.
pull down done, with the focus being upper back. Because obviously my back sucks. Stand closer because the mic is going to pick up. Stand closer because the mic's not going to pick up. So obviously my back needs brought up. We're hitting back twice a week now. So we start with straight arm pull down, the Dorian Yates roll, and then that pull down now. Just one set on everything, or one set on the first two on that. Stiff legs next, and then chest support roll. Today is more of a focus on the upper back, but I do like to start with the lat work because it needs brought up so drastically. So that's us done the back portion of the session. Didn't chat much between it because we've been here since 7, half 6, 7, and it's going on about half 9 now. So we need to get back to the puppy. But yeah, so that was straight arm pull down, one set, aiming for 15 reps in the first one, then doing 2 drops, taking each to failure. There's the Dorian Yates, like low roll, lat roll machine, doing that one arm, doing one set again, aiming for 8 to 12, and then doing a rest pause, 2 rounds of 20 seconds, into 2 sets of an upper back pull down. So just purely focusing on having the shoulder blades completely converge as much as we possibly can. One set of 15 and another set of 8 to 12. And stiff leg deadlifts. So I actually prefer stiff leg deadlifts over deadlifts, which is ironic because this seems be a bit of a deadlift maniac. I don't know if it's because my proportions, I find it easier to hinge and just move in that position rather than squat down. So I managed to get 275 for 4 as a dead stop. Not too bad considering I think my best is 280 for about 4 or 5, which is pretty decent in a cruise phase. So happy with that. And obviously that loads the upper back a fair whack. Like although I'm only doing 4 reps, so it's still 275 fuel. And I'm trying to move it as accurately, since that's the popular word these days, as possible. And then from there, one set on the chest support T-bar, again more of an upper back biased roll. So just kind of like stacking up shoulder, elbow, wrist, and just yanking back as far as I can. One set of 6 to 10, I think I've got 75 for 8 there. I've then just done my DC stretch for the lat. Actually did biceps for 3 sets, 12 to 20 dumbbell curls, nothing too crazy. Obviously the biceps working when we're training back, so all I'm doing is just trying to stay as upright as possibly can, keeping the shoulder pinned in that position, and just hams to shoulder, pinky to shoulder. 3 sets there, and then I did my DC stretch. And all I do for that, I tend to flip-flop between just hanging from a lat pull-down, pull-up bar, or yanking on something, where I can kind of drop my hips, and again like the calf, I just move my body each 30 seconds to just further the stretch. The first one I kind of, one foot was back, then both feet were back so I could really push down, and the last one I dropped in down to my knee so I could really stretch more the upper portion of the lat. So now I've got 3 movements for legs because this is a very fucking long session. So I've got adductor 1 set, seated leg curl 1 set, it's a rest pause, and then 2 sets on the leg press, but it might just be 1 hard set. So I'm going to smash through this as quick as possibly can.